Today is our second day where we will be discussing walls to fall in this world. Yesterday we've heard from Azar Nafizi, Carl Bildt and Radoslav Sikorsky. We've heard about walls to fall in Iran, in the United States, in Belarus, within Europe. And today I'm very excited to start the discussion with somebody who was instrumental in actually tearing down that wall right there. We're very happy to have Markus Meckel here at SAIS today. Mr. Meckel has brought on change in the GDR through discussion, debate and prayer. As a Protestant pastor, Mr. Meckel has brought people of different faiths together to discuss. As a politician, he was instrumental in the roundtable debates of 89-90. And later on has worked to bring Germans and Polish people together, and has also been actively debating the role of the SED dictatorship in East Germany and its impact on the reunification of Germany. So Mr. Meckel's role in bringing down walls long after that wall came down should be an example for all of us, and we're very happy to have him here with us today. So please join me in welcoming Markus Meckel here at SAIS.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I'm happy that I can be here with you exactly in these days. 20 years ago it was more dangerous in the eastern part of Germany, although the main decision in that time was done, because in my view the main decision in that time was not the fall of the wall. The main decision was that we thought in that time that we are on the way and we can succeed with the way for democracy at first. Sometimes it is only focused to that day, and it is understandable if you see the photos, if you see the movies about that emotional event, that the people are standing off that wall where usually everybody who tried to overcome and to break it, the death was the danger for everybody, and many people died at that wall, and that's why that photo, that movie is an emotional issue. But if you had Mr. Sikorsky here, or if you have an Hungarian politician or citizen here, they have their own view about that changes which took place in that time in Europe, because that was really a long process. It was not only that day, and if you see sometimes movies or now in magazines that the SED opened the wall, and then it was told and it is written that who had this decision and who it was made by the Communist Party. But it has to be, it is important in my view to make clear that the SED, that the Communist Party didn't open the wall. The wall fell down because so many people stood up, so many people went to the streets, and so many people increased the pressure that they are not ready to be governed by the Communist Party in the future. This is the main message we have to be aware, and this was the message in the late summer and in the early autumn, in the early fall of '89. I myself, I was Protestant priest. I'm theologian. I studied theology in East Germany, and we in the church gathered people for years to bring people together, to have their own thinking, to have their independent thinking, to learn to communicate. And so very often, not only in '89, but for many years, this church, the church as the only independent organization in that dictatorship, played an important role in encouraging people to be their own individuals, to be free people, including in that dictatorship. And that is important, and that is a precondition for such a process, that people are encouraged, that people come together, that people follow their ideas and have the chance to discuss these ideas. And this was a very important precondition, that people come together, that people have their own decisions, that can exchange ideas and be encouraged not to follow the line which is given by the ruling party, whoever it is, but really to have independent thinking and to rethink and have from your own moral point of view your own behavior and go your own line. And I think this is really the message I can give you, that if it was possible in that time to follow their own ideas, then it has to be possible today to follow own ideas and to change things. If it was possible, and it was possible, then it was possible to change something. And the world has changed from that. I mentioned Gorbachev. Gorbachev was, in my view, really a great leader, and he was important because he wanted to change the situation. He wanted to change in order to save communism. And we can really happy that he had that error, that could be possible. So he was aware that many things has to be changed, the economic situation, but such an economic situation to change without freedom of people is not possible, and he had to learn it in that time. On the other hand, he understood that violence will be for all of us, not only for the satellite states of Soviet Union, but also for Soviet Union, will bring them in many problems. And so Poles and Hungarians at first started really with changing. We had the round table in Poland. Mr. Sikorski has been here, it was told. Then we had the reform communists in Hungary. They, in the end of '88, started with that decision that in '90 will be the free election. Then they were ready to go towards the West. They said we are not ready to re-establish the border and the border instruments with shooting people. And so they opened, the Hungarians opened the wall towards Austria, which was a very important signal for many people in GDR who didn't like the government, who were not in opposition, but they wanted only to leave. Thousands and thousands of people in the summer of '89 went to Hungary in order to go to the West. At the end, it were 50,000 people, and that destabilized the situation very much. We in the opposition of GDR, and that were only some thousand people in all these different places, we were aware that if it is possible that the tanks not again will come if there are changes, as we experienced in '53 in East Germany, in '56 in Hungary and Poland, or '68 in Czechoslovakia, and there was a growing recognition or hope. Nobody could be really sure at that time, but there was that hope that tanks will not come again from Moscow. And this was the very important decision of Gorbachev. And so he, in the end, he didn't want the way towards parliamentary democracy. This was not his idea.